and welcome to my channel. My name is Nini and today we are talking blind buys. Blind buys are fragrance purchases that you pick up without smelling them prior to purchase. Now for me, there are a few things that I consider when making a blind buy. The price is probably the most important. For me, I won't go over maybe 50 bucks. If I really want it, maybe 80 bucks, but I have a few here with you to share and I hope that you are ready. Now, before we get into business, please take the time to like, comment, and subscribe. Actually, comment what is your fragrance of the day or your latest blind buy. I would love to know. I am secretly, don't tell my husband, I'm secretly still seeking out new fragrances for summer, but I have a few to hold me over, but I like to see what you girls and guys are wearing. So, let's get started. Now, if you see me look down at any moment, I am just making sure that I don't miss anything. My experience and some of the key notes that I pull out when wearing them, just so that you can get an idea. Of course, what I put on underneath my fragrance also helps with the longevity and the sillage and all of those things that contribute to the performance of the fragrance. So, now that I'm rambling, I'm going to go ahead and start with our first fragrance, which is the highly recommended, is the Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle. Now this is a smaller bottle, and that is because you cannot find this fragrance just about anywhere. You can't find it unless you're going to pay some astronomical price, which I was not willing to pay. I believe I found this on FragranceNet, which you have to watch like a hawk in order to get it. And I will say that it is everything that other reviewers are saying that it is. You have that pear. It has 3 notes, first of all: pear, vetiver, vanilla. Banger. Absolute banger. Not only for the summer, but it's just, oh, it's sexy, it's fruity, and that vetiver brings that oomph into the fragrance. You know what I mean? When you have a fragrance and it's fruity, but it's sexy, but then you got that oomph. That's what the cat call in this fragrance is. It's that vetiver. The pear, beautiful. The vanilla, beautiful. But the vetiver brings that oomph in it. Next, this is a fragrance that was recommended, I should say, by It's MJ. Look at me saying NJJ. It's MJ here on YouTube. Actually, her name is Maria. She's very sweet. I've kikied with her in her DMs, so she is a really down-to-earth person. And the fragrance that she recommended was Love Express. Now this she's been wearing for a few years. I ordered this a few weeks ago. I initially paid about 40 bucks for it, somewhere around $40, but it recently went on sale. I'm not sure if it still is on sale, but I was able to call and get the price adjusted down to $26. Now the notes in Love are, at the top you have blackberry, cassis, pineapple, mandarin. You definitely get that mandarin and pineapple, at least I do. The blackberry kind of rounds it out, but you know, your top notes, they don't last that long in some fragrances, but these kind of hang around and keep the sweetness going on. In the mids you have Lily of the Valley, Jasmine, which is a kick punch in the middle of this fragrance. As it starts to dry down, it starts to get very pretty. I think that keeps it from being juvenile, is the jasmine and the floral notes in the middle. And then in the base, of course, you have sheer vanilla musk and sandalwood. So again, at the end of this fragrance, surprisingly, because it's not a very expensive fragrance, you still get those fruity notes. I was not expecting to still have the fruity notes in the dry down, especially with musk in the base and sandalwood in the base, but they definitely round out with those floral notes. And it's a very, very pretty fragrance that I would wear during the day and possibly in the evening in the summer. It's a very, very pretty fragrance, and MJ, shout out to you. You definitely recommended a banger. Next, I have, let's go with another, let's go with a cheap Now, what I will say, my experience with Zara fragrances is kind of like hit or miss. Most people talk about Rich, Warm, Addictive, or Wonder Rose, Femme, or I believe it's Orchid, or I think it's Orchid or Gardenia. One of the two are said to smell just like Black Orchid from, I'm losing my mind here. Black Orchid is YSL. Bomb. In fact, some people prefer the Zara version over the YSL version. This is Zara Apple Juice, and this is said to smell similar to Chanel's Chance All Tundra. Now, I had that fragrance, I want to say a few years ago. Probably maybe 5-6 years ago, but I remember it distinctly. And yes, this is really, really close to that. Of course, the longevity and the sillage. This fragrance was $15, and this is, I want to say, I can't see the size, but I want to say it is 3.4 ounces. Actually, it is 4 fluid ounces for 15 bucks. So, I mean, you can't expect to have some banger fragrance that's gonna last forever and give you a crazy sillage for $15. What I will say is, if you follow me on Instagram, I had this posted because it's very fresh and clean, just like the All Tundra, but basically a fraction of the price. I can wear this in the house or to the grocery store, or if New York ever opens up again, I would even wear this to brunch. It's very light. Of course, I would have to bring it with me, so I would possibly put it in an atomizer like the travel ones, so that I don't have to carry around this big bulky bottle. But it's pretty, it's fresh. It was a blind buy, but I also saw that it was similar to All Tundra, so I didn't mind spending the $15 to possibly be disappointed. But again, it was $15. It smells pretty. I would recommend it. It's what I thought it was gonna be for $15. Next, I have MAC Candy Yum Yum. This is one of the fragrances from the Shade Sense line. Now, of the line, I want to say there was possibly maybe 5 or 6 fragrances that initially came out, but 3 of the 5 or 6 to actually still be in production are Candy Yum Yum, Velvet Teddy, and Creme de Nude, and this is so pretty. It's so pretty. You can find this on sale. I actually got this on sale as well. I want to say it was like 40 or something bucks. I got it from Belk's, and it took forever. I'm in New York. There's no Belk's here, so I believe the stores are open down south. But if you order it, I don't know, I'm impatient. I would probably order it directly from MAC or Macy's if you're pressed on time. But if you are into fruity fragrances, I think you would really like this. This is a really pretty guava that stays throughout the fragrance. I've smelled this hours later, maybe like 3-4 hours later, and I can still smell the guava. So you have guava, and the guava, I want to say, is in the top notes. In the mid, you'll have your florals, of course, the iris, cherry blossom, and then surprisingly, in the base, you have cotton candy, tonka bean, and vanilla. So that rounds the fragrance up. If you'll notice, I have a lot of fruity fragrances. In the summer, most people will lean towards citrus, lemony fragrances. That's not my cup of tea, so I tend to lean more towards fruity florals because that's just what I prefer. Of course, everyone has their own go-tos during every season, and for me, when the season changes, I go towards fruity florals. And And you'll notice also your fragrance palette, and like what I like to call it, it can change within 3 to 6 months. So in 3 to 6 months, I could possibly like something completely different because we'll be in the dead of summer. It's just now the beginning of June. We're just hitting the high 70s and low 80s here in New York. So who knows? Who knows? But right now I'm really enjoying these fruity florals. Next, now this is one of my first, I won't say it's my first Mugler fragrance, but it is definitely my first experience with Angel. This is Angel Croisière, this El Croisière. This is the 2019 version. This has notes of grapefruit, mango, sorbet, blackcurrant, patchouli, and praline. I'll be honest with you, straight out of the box when I sprayed this, I smelled just mango and patchouli. Like, that was the first thing that jumped out at me, was the mango and patchouli. As it dried down, the mango, the sorbet, the praline, all of those things began to mix in with the patchouli, and it was beautiful. It was an experience. It still is an experience. I love it. I won't say that I'm not a patchouli person, but I'm very particular with notes that are mixed with patchouli because patchouli can be overbearing. Patchouli is like curry, and if you've ever had curry, you understand what I mean. Everything that you put curry in, whether it's a dash or a teaspoon, you're gonna taste that curry. That's the same way patchouli is. Anything, even if it has just a little bit of patchouli, you're probably gonna smell it. So I really like the El Croisière, and I'm looking forward to experiencing the rest of the Mugler line because I really enjoy this. And look at that bottle. I mean, come on. Come on. Look at that. Why wouldn't you want that? Again, this one, I just want to say I spent a little more on because you cannot find it because it is a 2019 edition. I got it from Saks Fifth Avenue. I want to say in March. Either late March or early April, somewhere around there. It was suggested, recommended, I should say, by Winter Mechelle here on YouTube, as well as Antionette, Zhane Antionette, and both of them are bomb fragrance reviewers. They're more like pristine when it comes to explaining a fragrance. I'm new. I'm really speaking from the consumer aspect as to how I experience with the fragrances and what you can look for when you try them yourself. So I will link both ladies' channels below so that you can check them out as well. And now, last but not least, and which is probably why some of you even clicked on this video, is because of Ariana Grande's Cloud. Now, this is not a blind buy that I recently purchased. This is an older blind buy. And now, the reason why I bought this blindly is because I heard so much hype behind Baccarat Rouge 540. So for me, if you've watched my previous video where I talked about how I purchased First Kiss from Layered, and to get a nose on what Delina may be like, and in doing so with that fragrance, I realized that Delina Exclusive was more for me. The same thing with Ariana Grande's Cloud. This is a beautiful fragrance. For this to be a celebrity fragrance, and I got this from Walmart actually, and it was like $25. I've also seen where around the holidays people have got this for less, like 10 bucks, something like that. This is a, how many ounces is this? This is a 1 ounce. And that's because I really just wanted to smell it. And then once I did smell it, I put it on my Christmas list, and Husband Claus got me Baccarat Rouge. And the reason why I wanted Baccarat Rouge is because, to me, in Cloud, you get more coconut. It's everything that Baccarat Rouge is, but with coconut. And burnt sugar and coconut work together, but once I got my nose on Baccarat Rouge, I understood the hype. Don't get me wrong, this is bomb for $25 and to be a celebrity fragrance, this is bomb. Don't sleep on this. Just don't say that this is a head-to-head with Baccarat Rouge, because it's not. Like, honestly, no. I mean, can it hang? You can hang out. Like, we can hang. That's cool, but it's not Baccarat Rouge. And that's my humble opinion. Like, everybody has an opinion, and that's mine. Is it beautiful? Yes. Baccarat Rouge? No. But tell me, what are your thoughts below? What do you think? What do you think about the whole debacle with Cloud and Baccarat Rouge 540? What are your thoughts? Put them below. I'm curious. But that is my last blind buy that you can wear during the summer, ladies and gentlemen, because fragrance is whatever you make it. You can wear whatever you want. There are a lot of ladies who also wear male fragrances, and I think that's awesome. And I'm looking to expand my fragrance palette. I've just tiptoed into oud and learning how to wear it throughout these seasons. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. But all of these fragrances mentioned in this video, I'm looking forward to wearing throughout the summer, to brunch, to barbecues, to dinner. Even though the barbecues are gonna have 5 people, I'm gonna be smelling good. It's gonna be me, my mama, my kids, and maybe my in-laws, but I'm gonna be smelling good because we can't go nowhere and I'm not taking my kids nowhere. So I don't know, girl, but we're gonna work it out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.